Hey guys, this week we have a bunch of stuff on fungi. So real quick, first thing you need to do is there is a fungi lecture. And I know this is kind of like a change of pace because we had 3 exams on animals. We've spent the last several months talking about animals. The fungi is just 1 lecture. That's it. After this week, we will be done with fungi other than obviously studying and having to know them for the test. So that sounds good because we get knock it out like in 1 lecture. There's a lot of information that's packed in there. And just a heads up on what to be looking out for. There is a lot of taxonomy, a lot of group names that you're going to need to know and characteristics. Now, if you just try to read through your PowerPoint or the book or something like that, it's going to be a lot of words that you've probably never seen before that are pretty intimidating. But if you will watch the lecture, I know it's not fun, but what I try to do is I break down the root words for some of these names, and it makes it a little easier to manage and kind of understand. All right? So watch that. Watch it multiple times if you need to. Take notes. And if you have any questions when you're watching that, let me know, okay? So that's the fungi lecture, and then you got a review quiz, which is due November 1st. Now, the lab this week, so good news, I think good news on this one. Hands-on labs did not come with a fungi lab included, but we need to do that. We need to know that. So what I did was I did something really similar to what we do in our traditional classes. What I would do in a traditional class, now we would have like samples of fungi and mushrooms and lichens and different things like that to pass around and look at. We don't get to do that in here. But what I've done is I've given you a couple worksheets. There's an introduction sheet, and then there's a worksheet that you're actually going to complete and submit to me. And then you've got some files which are images. So you're going to have a bunch of pictures of different fungi, and then you're going to have a labeled document where it has those pictures and the things are identified for you. This is a lot of information, so don't let it overwhelm you. But having said all that, to complete this lab, you do not have to have your lab kit for this. What you need to do is go over to the Labs tab, and then you've got the sign in for hands-on labs and all that information. Scroll down to the bottom, and there's a folder that says Lab 5 Kingdom Fungi. Okay, open that folder, and I've recorded a video up top. If you'll watch that video, it's going to walk you through how to do the lab. I know, like, if you see a 10 or 15-minute video, you just want to skip it and start doing it, but I think you're going to end up saving time if you'll watch that video just so you can jump in and you know where to start. All right. So you'll go through, you'll read some background information that should be really similar to what we covered in lecture. You'll have a few matching things that you've got to answer. And then you're going to have different images of fungi and different structures on the different fungi that we're going to look at. You'll also have some life cycle images where it's got like a diagram of the life cycle of different types of fungi. So there's going to be another document that has all those labeled, and you're just going to have to show me that you can look up the names of those structures. All right, watch that video. It'll tell you everything to do. And then it'll tell you how to submit the file when you're done as well. All right, so that's it for this week. Next week, we're going to move on to plants, but really fungi, I think, if I'm being honest, out of all the material that we cover in this entire semester, I think fungi might be the most intimidating and kind of the toughest, just because people aren't familiar with that. You know animals, you've learned parts of a plant since probably elementary school, but a lot of times fungi is completely new. So do not skimp on this. Give yourself plenty of time to study it and let me know if you have any questions. All right, and I'll be glad to help. Thank you.